Today we're going to talk about a pretty radical idea. What if our digital world wasn't built on promises from companies, but on unbreakable mathematical proof? We're exploring a system where everything is verifiable, creating a world that, by its very design, has to be honest.
You know that feeling, right, when software just acts weird? You click a button and you're kind of holding your breath, hoping it actually worked. Well, what if that just couldn't happen? Imagine a digital space where the system is literally incapable of lying to you.
And that's the heart of it right there. This whole thing is about moving away from a world where we have to trust some developer's documentation or a company's marketing slogan. Instead, we're talking about a world where the only thing that counts is what can be proven, automatically, by the system itself.
So, let's really dig into this. What does it actually mean to build a digital world where truth isn't just a claim, but a verifiable fact, something that's literally woven into the code?
I love this way of thinking about it. It's less like a piece of software and more like a country with a constitution. There are these fundamental, unbreakable laws, but instead of being on paper, they're in the code, and the system enforces them without needing any human to say so.
And this quote, wow, it says it all. It doesn't matter what a human wrote in a manual or a design document. If the code, the automated gates, can't prove it, it's just not real. Period. The code isn't just following instructions, it is the law of the land.
So when we talk about truth in this system, it's not some fuzzy philosophical concept. It's a very specific, technical thing they call canonical truth. Think of it like a perfect, unchangeable video recording of everything that has ever happened. Anyone can hit rewind and see the exact same thing because it's all based on those rock-solid, automated proofs.
This process is just fascinating to me. An idea starts as, well, just an idea, a conjecture. It only gets to become real, to become part of that canonical truth after it's been turned into code and has survived a trial by fire. It has to pass tests that prove it works, but, and this is so important, it also has to pass tests that prove it fails when it's supposed to. Only then does it get through the gate and become a fact in the system.
So how in the world do you build this thing? Well, they call the core architecture the active spine. And it's not some chaotic rush to get a product out the door. It's a really deliberate, meticulous construction project, building this foundation of truth one layer at a time.
And they've got a really smart approach. There's the executable spine, which is what's running and proven right now. That's kind of like the essential load-bearing walls of the house. But then there's the constitutional spine, which is the grand blueprint for the entire 10-layer mansion they're building. This methodical approach is, well, it's pretty impressive.
And that really sums up the whole philosophy, doesn't it? This isn't a race. It's about carefully, painstakingly building a digital world that's meant to actually last. It's about getting every brick in that foundation absolutely perfect before you even think about putting up the next floor.
Okay, so all this tech is amazing, but what does it mean for, well, for us, the people who are supposed to eventually use this thing? How do they know when it's actually ready for us to jump in and have it feel seamless and easy?
And here's where that whole proof, not promises idea really shines. Instead of just putting out a press release saying, hey, we're ready, they built a public report card. They're literally showing their work and holding themselves accountable to us, the future users.
And let me be clear, this isn't some fluffy marketing checklist. The Consumer Readiness Scorecard is a formal, weekly test they run on themselves. It's designed to take something vague like user-friendly and turn it into a concrete score we can all see. So, what's the latest? The current score is a 16 out of 20. And what's really significant here is that their own internal goal for being consumer ready was a 15. So according to their own incredibly high standards, they've crossed the finish line. This little chart gives you a fantastic snapshot. You can see they've absolutely nailed things like spine integrity, meaning the core system is rock solid, and user onboarding, so it's easy for new people to get started. But what's great is they're also super transparent about what's not ready, like federation readiness, which is all about connecting with other systems at a massive scale. And here's the bottom line, straight from them. They've hit that baseline for consumer readiness. It's ready for people to begin using. And they're also being totally upfront that the next big challenges are federation and preparing for massive worldwide scale. So, the verdict is in. It's ready. But what does that actually feel like? How does this incredibly strong foundation change the way we interact with things online? And, most importantly, make it safe and easy to get on board? Okay, this is the secret sauce. The system has a strict separation between what they call the authoritative core, that's the unchangeable absolute truth, and the advisory layer, which is the app or website you're looking at. The core is the actual money in your bank vault. The app on your phone is just a window to look at it,
a window that's guaranteed to show you the truth. And this right here is the absolute game changer. With most software today, you're just hoping what's on your screen is accurate. You hope the item is really in stock, you hope the payment really went through. But here, the user interface is what's called a projection of the core truth. It is mathematically impossible for the screen to lie to you.
And this is how you get to seamless and safe adoption for everyone. You don't get there by hiding how complex the system is. You get there by building a foundation so profoundly trustworthy that you can have 100% confidence in any app built on top of it. You can finally, actually trust what you see.
At the end of the day, this whole project is a rejection of that move fast and break things mantra that we've lived with for so long. The goal here isn't just speed. It's about building a digital foundation so solid, so provable, that we can all actually stand on it without worrying it's going to crumble.
So, I'll just leave you with this question to think about. In a digital world that's so often full of doubt and uncertainty, what becomes possible when we can finally, truly, trust the ground beneath our feet? What can we build then?